Hi. Welcome. Chris, you can...
Lightly English things. Just so that we can both have something conducive this morning.
So here's what's happening. I'm at Chris's house, and just 5 minutes ago, she decided that she wanted to try to exercise at the same time I'm going live. When she knew this yesterday, didn't even come in
such an easy thing
to try to
really
fix it
It's
before
really
it happened. She just made the executive decision. Where's my other light? This one? Yeah, there we go. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Yay, everybody caught alive. Give me a second. Let me get myself together. There's 50 people in the room. If I could get some thumbs up, that'd be great. Ramsterdam, hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. We're going to get started in about 3 minutes. So for those of you guys who are not watching this live, you can do a timestamp, or I'll do a timestamp and you can just jump forward. Hey, Janelyn. Nice to see you. Westfield, Massachusetts in the house. Hello. Lori Joseph. Have a good day at work. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Denise. LP. Hi, Annie. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Allison. Hi, Essie. Hi, Emily. Hi, Raven. Marsha. Crystal. Lily. Hi, Lily. Lily, I've been obsessed with your Hawaii videos on TikTok. I'm like, every time when I say obsessed, let me say, is that I see that you've gone to Hawaii and I see all your pictures and I'm like, oh, I want to go to Hawaii. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to see Hawaii. But at the same time, I do want to see Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Lynn J. Antoinette. Hello. Christina. Hi. You guys were in here early at 7:52, Summer of Dragonfly. I'm glad you guys were able to come in and make it. I know it's really early. Linda Anderson. Amaya. Nasty. Is that how you say it? Or Nasty? Whew. Marie, Lori, Melody, April T. All the people are here. What time is it? Is the time now? 24. Okay, almost there. Oh, Jen Cha. The Big Island was magical. Good. Caitlin. Hello. Let me get my branding ready so I can do my thing. Oh my God, 83 people at 8:24 in the morning, 89 people. Oh my God, you guys are wonderful. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And when I'm done, you can share on any social media platform that you deem fit. You know, that's how it goes. Share on any social media platform that you deem fit. It's always a pleasure having you guys here today, or here in general. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. Hi, Kenya. Thanks for joining me. It's okay, Kenya, if you cannot comment, but thank you for being here. So welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, season 5, the Tell All Part 2, wherein Memphis gets a migraine. Okay, isn't that what happened to Memphis? If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV such as Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiancé, and when I can fit it in, Love is Blind. No. Yes. That and Marriage at First Sight. So if you guys are new to my channel and you would like to subscribe, please go on ahead and do so down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you would like to give your girl a tip, there are some ways scrolling at the bottom of the screen, you know, for these funnies, you know, for the funnies, but only if you laugh. If you don't laugh, I understand. Monica, Dedria. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, April, you're in Trinidad, Tobago? It's 11:24 here. Okay. Oh yes, the Muslim lady is Trinidadian. I see it. Renee, welcome. Okay, so let's get started. Let me bring out my notes. My notes. I watched it kind of twice because I watched it again with Chris, but I have a lot of notes. Let's look at all these notes. Notes. I got a lot of notes, which I feel really good about. Okay, who is draining your balls? I mean, the statement of the episode, right? And also, Ben, you traveled to Peru chasing this girl. It's giving me pervert vibes. I mean, thank God for, I was going to say Larissa, but thank God for Jasmine, you guys. Are we not grateful for and all that she's done for us in this episode? If it were not for Jasmine, what would we be watching? What would we have been watching? If it wasn't for Jessica, what would we have been watching? And in his own strange way, Ben added a lot to this episode. He added a lot because of his misogyny. Wow. So we start out this episode with Kim storming off because Kim has just found out Usman has spoken to Zara after she left. At least that's the way producers are making it seem. However, Usman has taken to social media and he has told everybody that he loves that woman, Kimberly, and that producers had him talk to Zara 5 days into his trip to Zanzibar, and that was days before Kim was even there. So he's calling timeline fraud. Usman is saying that that's not true, that he talked to Zara before Kim even got there. And so the truth is that there's nothing indicating to us that he's wrong. And it does make for a juicier storyline if after confessing that he loves Kim, he then gets on the phone with Zara. It makes it juicier. So Jamal's there. And at some point when Kim's walking away, Usman's like, Kimberly. And Jamal's like, who are you clapping at? And I said, that's what I thought too. I said, this is a grown-ass woman, Usman. You're not clapping at this grown-ass woman. Leave her alone. Let her go outside and have her tears. So at some point, Jamal has to hug his mother as she cried. And I can only imagine that a son who is the only child of his mother, who he has seen be hurt irreparably by his own father, has to then walk outside and hug his mother as she's crying. There is no way that Usman and Jamal are ever going to truly be able to be friends after that. There's just no way. I think Jamal's ever going to forgive or forget that. So he wipes his mother's tears and tells her, that she's going to be fine. And yeah, they go back in and Usman is like railing and upset. And he's like, look, you believe me? Fine. You don't believe me? Fine. I can sleep with woman right now if I want to. I would not cheat. I would not make you look stupid. And I'm like, you've done all of the above. Like maybe not fully cheating, not physically cheating, but I mean, we can all understand that Kim's place in Usman's heart is not the place of the knockout Western idea of love. He likes Kim, loves Kim for her practicality of what she can do to his life. And so they may talk every day and they may have a good rapport, which is great. But I think if he got a younger, hotter wife, that younger, hotter wife would be the one to go places with him. And Kim would be there. She would just be in back of them holding the younger, hotter wife's train. You know what I'm saying? So he tries to make it seem like obviously he isn't cheating because of those reasons, which it isn't obvious to anybody but himself. So he says he didn't have sex with her. And he says that Kimberly can break up with him right now. He doesn't care. And that's the thing that got to me. It was like, don't say that, because then that completely invalidates everything that you just said about the fact that you do love her, you know? Talking about you could just break up with me right now. I mean, no, you wouldn't want that if you really did love her. Want her to break up with you right now and have it be okay. So Kim doesn't want to fully go off on Usman because she still loves him. So it's like he's done something devastating to her on camera, and she has made the choice to not chew him out, to have a private conversation with him later. And, you know, she's like, who says things like that when she's in her confessionals? Because she does want to tell him off. But there's a part of her that I think still wants to A, respect him in front of people as her man, and B, doesn't want him to be upset with her to where he'll actually break off due to her reaction. You see what I'm saying? So she's like, we'll talk about it later. I didn't know about this, you know, after she gets back in from crying. So the next couple that we're going to go on is Ella and Johnny. And personally, I feel like everybody came at Ella unnecessarily. You know, it's so interesting because it's not until the tell-all where I start to realize that these people are actual couples who like love each other and who have been talking to each other longer and more and in more depth outside of the show, outside of what we are shown. Because the way that they are all coming at Ella for cheating on Johnny like it is any of their business is astounding to me. Like, Kim is really on a high horse with that. I mean, just like, and I've said this from the beginning. I don't understand why everyone is like, you cheated. You just don't do that in a long-term relationship. Why are you in a long-term relationship if you're going to cheat? Like, and I believe Ella when she says that if Johnny had stepped outside and had sex with somebody else, then she wouldn't have been that upset because she would understand that that physicalness is something that is needed. So the cast is just too much. She says that her love language is touch, and the cast says that trust is key in a long distance relationship. So someone says, I believe Ella that she will be, oh no, I said, I believe Ella that she would be okay with Johnny cheating. But is it cheating if you know? Is it cheating if you talk about it beforehand? I don't think so. And so Sean, who is the shit stirrer, I mean, Sean is just in there with a pot stirring. I mean, listen, this woman is getting her. Don't you remember the earlier days when Sean wouldn't ask the tough questions? And I think the audience gave the feedback girl because now Sean is asking all the tough and awkward questions. Like, it is, I'm always like, make her stop, pause, make her stop. So Ella gets on some sort of website where she talks to another Asian man and he flies in to hang out with her on her birthday. Now, she says she told Johnny about this, but I guess Johnny did not hear it in the way that she tells it when it comes to the tell-all. And everyone is so upset that she had this man sleep in her home. And even Ben is like, oh, you know, she had to have known it was premeditated sleeping in her house because the guy didn't get a hotel room. And I'm like, yeah, Ben, you know all about that, right? So she gets upset. Memphis says the one thing that she says throughout this entire tell-all, which is, are you not a grown adult? Do you need people to coddle you? And I'm like, I just feel like Memphis shouldn't be saying anything because what do you mean do you need people to coddle you? Memphis, you've been talking to somebody for 8 months and then you went there for 3 weeks and got married to him and brought this man back to your family. Like, you are somebody who also needs someone to coddle you. Yeah. So at the end of that, and I don't know where it happens within the actual grand scheme of things, Ella has a private conversation with Johnny where Johnny's wearing a black shirt, not the red, like Chinese inspired or Chinese inspired, like he's not in China, the Chinese red shirt that he's wearing. And so he's like, it's okay, you know, I love you, we're gonna get married. And she's like, I'm gonna marry this man. I'm gonna marry this man. And then sometime later on, she's like, you know, I don't mean to brag, but Johnny and I, we're the most solid couple there. So, and I said, oh, what's been happening behind the scenes? Because you and Johnny don't seem like a solid couple to me. I mean, if anything, Hamza and Memphis seem and present like a more solid couple than you and Johnny because they've actually, you know, seen each other in real life. And Hamza's actually, you know, in the States. So I don't know. Okay. Johnny reassures her, you know, and she seems okay. But she says that she doesn't regret coming to the tell-all. It was intense, but she doesn't regret this process at all. So I'm happy for her. Okay. Couple that we are going to talk about is Gino and Jasmine. Okay. So the topic of the photos comes up again. And Gino says, I would like to clarify. It wasn't partially nude photos, plural. I was trying to make my ex jealous because blah, 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 blah. And he said he sent a selection of photos. You know, on iPhone, you can send a selection of photos. You just click, 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 click. And he says that one of those happened to be a topless photo of Jasmine. And so then here comes Sean. Sean is like, oh, so are you saying that Jasmine got it wrong? And he's like, well, I mean, what I'm saying is that Jasmine, I sent my ex a photo and on accident, and it was just one photo. And Jasmine like, Gino, no, she sent me screenshots of text and picture, text and picture. So that is what was sent. And Sean is like, so Gino, are you saying that Jasmine is a liar? Are you saying that Jasmine is a liar, Gino? Is that what you're saying? That she's got it wrong? And that what she's telling us is a bold-faced lie, Gino? Are you calling Jasmine a dirty liar? Gino's like, it was one picture. I was like, Sean, Jesus. Are you saying that Jasmine doesn't have her story straight, Gino? So then we cut to their break time. Here's my question. Why does TLC or Matt Sharp, why do they continue to film in the format that they're filming in as if they're showing us behind the scenes? Like the behind the scenes is the actual show. Like who is getting the edited version of this? That's what I want to know. Like are they sending it to Australia? In the Philippines, are they sending the edited version where we don't see what they talk about in the green room, where we don't see what happens backstage? Is someone getting that? Because we are not. I would almost rather have more of the actual, I mean, I guess maybe if they didn't give it to us like that, it wouldn't be 2 hours. And I think I'm okay with that. It wouldn't be a 3-hour program. Because you know they film for like 10 hours. So I'm like, what else is happening? Anyways, so I forgot to mention this. After Ella's segment, she is like wiped out. All the cast gets off the stage, goes into the green room, and she just sits there. Someone brings her out some Crocs, and she just can't be around her fellow castmates because they have just dogged her out so bad. Okay, so anyways, let's go back to where I am in the timeline, and we cut to Ben, who is just giving unsolicited advice. Ben says that he is a pastor, so he's counseled many people. So it's innate, it's natural in him to go around and talking to each of the couples and telling them how they're behaving and how they've contributed to the downfall of their relationship. And he's at some point says that he probably should do well to take his own advice. And we're like, yeah. And Kim's like, absolutely. Because Kim is all the way over Ben, and I love it. So we move on to Ben and talking about his situation with going to Peru and how what's-her-face did not pick him up from the airport. All the guys are like, yeah, I would have waited. I would have waited just to see what was happening because I really love, you know, if you really love somebody. And then I just said, is it a thing where we socialize men to just prey on women? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like my generation, and you know, I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, let me know. I feel like my generation was low-key taught to play hard to get, to be like, no, you know what I'm saying? And which directly conflicts with the ideal of consent. And it directly conflicts with having like real true conversations about how you feel and what you want. And so right now, watching Ben pursue this child and then hearing Gino and Mike say that they would do the same thing makes me go, huh, is this a specific type of man? Or is this the way a lot of men are socialized to believe that when a woman says something, she may not be telling the truth because she wants him to chase after her? So that's why when a woman doesn't respond to him, he still flies to Peru anyway. And so Mahogany says that she, the reason why, she told him not to come, but he came anyway. And the reason why she's just like kind of playing back and forth and whatnot is because he said he was going to find her. He said, it's okay. I'll just go there and find you. And I said, the hubris of this American, the hubris of like, I'm going to go to a foreign country and just search for a citizen, just search for them, even though they don't want me to be here, even though they've like said it, I'm just going to go search because I'm a man, I'm a lion, and I'm looking for my gazelle. And it's just so interesting because like it really does change the way we think of consent. And if men just took women's word at face value and left them alone when they said no, then it would encourage women to speak the truth and say how they truly feel about situations. And I think we would be in a better situation overall. That's just my hot take. You let me know what you think. Okay, so then if you would have known her real age, says Sean, would you have pursued it? And his response is, I don't know, which means yes. It doesn't matter that if she was 28 years younger than him, or 30 years younger than him, he wanted Mahogany. And he was going to pursue her and go after her doggedly until he got her, even when she said no. So it's like, at what point do we, you know what I'm saying? It's confusing because she eventually acquiesces. But anyways, even Gino was like, but if it ended 1 year, would that have made a difference? Even though, if Gino is questioning you, and there's drama between Gino and Jasmine's mom because he's 20 years older than her. So then Sean asks, do you love him? And she's like, basically, he's like, he's this old man coming to like see me in Peru. Like, I don't know. I don't know his intentions. I don't know who he is. So then the friend Jessica comes on the scene. And Jessica is living out one of my fantasies with her outfit. Like, I just wanted to take it from her and put it on myself because I feel like I would have killed it. She did. I mean, she was looking good too. Okay. And like, you guys, Jessica, she really gave the girls what they needed because Jessica knows is a spin queen, okay? A spin queen. So Jessica gets on there. She's on the attack because she wants to support her friend Ben. So she comes after Mahogany and she's like, do you even love him? Like, what's going on? Like, what's in you? And so she says, you know what? Your friend, a 50-year-old man, wanted to come and see me and to see if it was going to work. So then she asked Jessica, why would you take $1,000 from him? Why wouldn't you ask your parents for that? And then I was like, Jessica, okay, you're going a little too hard. Like, what do you mean take? This idea that women, and the same thing with Ximena, this idea that these women are taking from these men is ludicrous to me. These men are giving. They are giving of their own free will. They are not victims. They are not under anyone's spell. They are giving of their own free will. And for you to then say that the woman somehow is wrong in that is preposterous to me. And then everyone's like, oh, when I get to Ximena and Mike, I'm going to go more into that because Kim really disappointed me. In fact, all of the female cast really disappointed me with the way they came after Ximena. But let's move back to Mahogany. So we talk about the $1,000 that she borrowed. And she's like, Ben, why you not say that I tried to pay you back, but you told me no? And I do think it's weird that she would take 1,000 US. Maybe it was 1,000 money of whatever in her country. But I'm like, how are you going to pay back 1,000 US? That's a lot. That'd be a lot for me to pay back, and I'm in the US. So Ben says that based on whomever he was talking to, giving that person $1,000 was completely worth the money because the love that he felt from that person was the first time that he'd ever felt love. And I just, Lisa, the ex-wife, I say, wow, you just didn't shit on this woman. You didn't just shit on this woman's whole 24 years of marriage. What, it is, hi Terry, terrible. I feel bad for the ex-wife. I feel bad for the ex-wife. Jana Lynn wants to know if anybody in here is from NYC. So shout it out if you are. Okay, so then Jessica comes out with the women hating women nonsense that I don't like, especially from a judgy conservative Christian point of view. So basically she says, you wouldn't see Ben on video chat because you said you were shy, but I was looking at your Facebook and you've put a bunch of provocative photos with a lot of filters online. So why would you put up photos of yourself online in provocative, un-Christian-like ways? She didn't say that, but that's what she meant. But then not talk to him. And she's like, because Ben wanted to have a first date with me. And I'm like a young 20, 21-year-old girl. And I didn't want to have a first date with an old man foreigner. Like, that's why I didn't meet him. Like, what? And I'm so embarrassed for you. You know, Jessica, you are his friend. You are old. You are mature, you know, and it's really embarrassing that you are asking me these questions. I'm so embarrassed for you. I was like, wow, Mahogany. I mean, just shut the shit down. You know what I'm saying? Just call her old to her face. You know what I'm saying? And tell her that you're embarrassed for her. So then Jasmine jumps in because Jasmine doesn't like Jessica. Jasmine feels like Jessica was stirring the pot by telling producers about the "Hey, are you Sicilian cowboy hat" emoji that Gino sent to her. And so it's a kind of a little back and forth between Jasmine and Jessica, and then Jasmine and Mahogany team up against Jessica, and they're like, you're fake, your heart is fake, your teeth are fake, your tetas are fake, your filters are fake. And it's just like, at some point, Jessica gets overrun with these two women yelling at her. And I wanted to be on Jessica's side, but I didn't like the way Jessica was coming at Mahogany, because at the end of the day, Mahogany is not a bruja. She doesn't have any magical powers. She didn't make Ben do anything. Ben did everything of his own volition. So she was just trying to support her friends. And then, in the sake of telling the truth, or for the sake of telling the truth, Jessica's like, okay, Mahogany, what do you have to say? Just say it, just say it. And Mahogany's like, look, Ben told me that you love drama. Ben told me that you're always stirring the pot. And Jessica's like, oh, he said that? And I mean, I've never seen someone do a 180 so quick in my entire life. I've never seen someone do a 180 and read boots the house down. She then goes, oh, so you've been talking shit about me. Cool. When you are the one who approached me about this situation, you are the one who's asked me for my advice. And now come to find out that you've been shit talking me this entire time, you narcissist. Oh, you know what, Mahogany? My bad. I apologize. Okay? Because now I realize that what he's done and how he's been lying. So yeah, Ben, no, I'm not on your side. And Ben's like, what did I do wrong? I just said you liked the drama. I just said you liked the drama. No. What you did is you sideswiped your friend in order to make your girlfriend feel better. Jessica's like, you're a narcissist, you're fake, you're a liar. And I'm like, wow, Jessica, thank you for telling the people what we wanted to hear. Because it's true. Ben is a narcissist. Like, it's crazy. I feel like Jessica immediately hung up and told her husband he can't talk to Ben anymore. Then she went and found Lisa and was like, my bad, your husband is shit. Yeah, he's terrible. I understand 100%. It was like so crazy, but also really good because it needed to happen. Somebody needed to read Ben because he is there just being all manner of sexist. I mean, just like, whew. And then he's like, oh, well, Mahogany didn't want to do FaceTime. And she set her boundaries, and I respected her boundaries. I'm like, so you flying to Peru when she told you not to come, is you respecting her boundaries? And then we find out that Ben had a whole secret, like, adventure back to Peru after the cameras cut. But then he was filming on his own. So he tells her, I'm coming without the camera crew, but doesn't tell her that certain things that he's filming is going to have her in it. Now, the truth is that, here's the truth. Let me just say from a little production side of it. Production would not have been able to show that video of Mahogany without her approval. So either they used the paperwork that she signed previously for when their cameras came to Peru, or she was told about this prior to watching the footage. Maybe she didn't watch the footage. Maybe they told her, hey, so when Ben came back to see you that time, he does have videos of you and we want to show them. And maybe she was like, yes to that. But she didn't fully understand that Ben had been basically vlogging and blogging how he was feeling about the whole situation. So he flew back to Peru to start again. Then she stood him up, okay? So he's walking around like distraught because it's been an hour and she didn't show up. And he finds her at the beach. And he says that she was cold and she was awkward and that he really feels like she was scared to fall deeply in love.
Hey, Dad, are you in the shower? Okay, I have coffee made for you. Can I go in your bathroom?
You guys hear Chris?
Can I sleep on your bedside table? Well, I don't want to hold it.
So, I'll tell her you said hi. I'll tell her you said hi. So anyways, they then, she probably predicted that she would get married in a year. Oh, so they have this like moment where they're walking around and it's really confusing. It's confusing. So the fact that he says she's scared to fall deeply in love is just so presumptuous and gross. Is it not gross? It's so gross to me. She's scared to fall deeply in love. How do you know that? Maybe she just doesn't want to throw her life away on an old man. Listen, 53 is not old, okay? But it's the beginning of the end. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I mean, like, is he gonna be able to give her kids? How long is he gonna live? Like, I just don't get it. But anyways, so he says later on that when he needs to make decisions when he's not under her spell. And again, it just reminds me of like the Christian faith blaming Eve in the garden. Like there is just this idea that because men biologically sometimes cannot handle themselves around women, that women have this like magic. It's just, I mean, it's the thing, to me, it's the thing that makes two women fight over one man. It's bananas to me. Like, oh, she's got a spell, you know, she's a home wrecker. No, your husband wrecked your home, not her. I just don't like it. I don't like this idea that these women are just out here. We're just out here like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the narrative. I think it's dangerous. I think it's the thing that puts women against each other. It's so stupid. He didn't want to have it. He's like, when I'm under, I can't even say it. It's so stupid. So I guess he makes the decision that he's going to let her go, and he goes back and forth over it. And then they meet up and it's great. And he predicts that in a year they're going to be married. And she's like, oh, I love you, baby. Oh, baby, I love you. And then Jasmine says the thing that makes us all happy, that Ben is giving off pervert vibes for chasing Mahogany. You know what I'm saying? I love her for it. Mahogany then tells us that she didn't even know that Ben would be filming this. So she calls him a liar. And then that whole Jessica being the drama thing comes up, and he says, so then Sean is like, so Ben, basically you have been talking to Mahogany about Jessica and pretty unflattering things. Is that not correct? He's like, Well, I was telling the truth, and that can be unflattering. And she says, Jessica, well, I'm dramatic and you're a delusional narcissist. I mean, if a title was ever correct, it's that he is a delusional narcissist. So true. So then Sean asks Mahogany if they're still in a relationship, if they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And Mahogany says that Ben needs to prove more. So they were when they first started the tell-all. But after hearing all the things that is going on, she's decided that Ben needs to prove more. Ah, wow. Then throughout that, they've been kind of showing us shots of Memphis, and we think that Memphis is going to say something. But no, Memphis like gets up and leaves. And here's the truth. They were really, I don't know if Memphis just didn't have any airtime but it was just really spotty with her. It's like she rarely said anything besides when she was coming for Ella. And then when it's time for her to go because she's ill, she gets up, she walks away. We can't tell if she's pregnant or not. And she's like, I need to take something. I need something. And she's like, I got a really bad headache. And I'm like, my migraines are different. She must have the light sensitivity, sound sensitivity aura. My migraines are tummy sensitivity, smell sensitivity, and just like vomiting. And like, I can't make rational decisions because the pain is so intense. Like, I used to get not lost on the subway, but if I had a headache and I was like going home from work or something when I lived in New York City, I would like come to at the end of the line. And I wouldn't even be asleep, but I would just be in so much pain that I couldn't concentrate on anything besides like staying up. And if you know anything about New York City, like muscle memory of getting off on your normal stop is real intense. So the fact that I would like not be able to get up was a testament to how much pain I was in. So she never actually says that she has a migraine, but then she comes back in dressed in normal street clothes and she's like, I gotta go. Yeah, this is too much. I gotta go. And so then you start to think like, is she upset because she is over all the fighting and she doesn't want to hear it and it's time to go? But then Hamza stays. And so it's just sort of real confusing about why she left. So midwife Crystal says, I don't think Memphis was there as long as they made it seem. It seems like she only spoke in one part and then they just flashed 2 clips of her when someone else was talking. Yeah, it's just really weird. Like I didn't quite understand like what was going on. And they never said, oh, she had a migraine. But when she's like, the lights are too much, I need to take some for this headache and I'm throwing up. I'm like, just say, I got a migraine. I gotta go, guys. It was like, I don't know. It was like weird. Like people were begging her to stay or something. And she's like, no, I gotta go. So after that, we find out that Hamza and Memphis have a little baby. And the baby, we don't know how old the baby is now, but we do know that Hamza wasn't there for the birth, but he got to States when the baby was 5 weeks old. And he's really excited to be a dad. And they showed the clip of them finding out that they were pregnant. And so it was exactly as much as I needed. I would have loved to see a picture of that baby, but I do understand that they don't. And also the picture that I put 2 episodes ago of the baby is not the baby. It is her son. And, my bad. I'm not a journalist, so don't get mad at me. So backstage, we hear Kim tell Mike that there are plenty of women in San Diego who would love to be with Mike. And I just was like, why? Everybody ganged up on Ximena so bad, and I didn't like it, you guys. I didn't like it at all. Because Mike is he just needs to get out of this situation. Ben is going to say that, there was a lot of red flags and Mike just didn't see the red flags. And I said, there was a lot of red flags for you and Mahogany. Just stop talking, sir. Just stop talking. Mike really wants Ximena, you guys. They go back and forth. This, Jasmine, who honestly should be the spokesperson for everybody who speaks Spanish. Jasmine has a whole side conversation with Ximena about the relationship. And, I think what happens sometimes is that the foreigners, when they meet each other and they happen to speak the same language, like there's this, A, this bond, and B, this frustration that you are using this American. And because you are using this American, you are perpetuating the stereotype that I might be using my American. And so Jasmine is being really kind about it, but she's also being like, yeah, she's admitting it. She doesn't love you. And then Jasmine says, I know women like this, and they will chew you up and spit you out. They will suck everything out of you. And I'm like, you guys, that's not Ximena. That is Mike. Ximena has broken up with him several times, and he is the one who is still throwing money at her. And yes, morally, she should just say no to the money. But also, I don't know what it's like to be Ximena. I don't know what her financial situation is. I don't know how many people she's responsible for. And if Mike is going to continue throwing money at her, why not take it? Especially if she's being honest with him about the fact that she doesn't love him, that she's not in love with him. She's being honest about that. So how are we now in this person's business? Mike is a grown man. Ximena is a grown woman. It's the same thing with Ella and Johnny. At some point, it's nobody's business. As long as, at all points, it's nobody's business. Let me just, say that. But the fact that these two are walking in this situation, both eyes open, it's not like Ximena's pretending. She's not. So I just don't understand. Now, I do understand that the cast hasn't necessarily seen everything on TV because this was filmed in like January or February. And the reason why I say that is because when Kim goes, there's snow on the ground, but it's cold. So I'm like, okay, it's probably February or March. Like they may not have seen all of the latest updates. They may not have seen all of the things that are going on, but I still just did not expect them on all the nasty things that Mike said, and he apologized for it. But he was really embarrassed when they were showing back that footage of the final fight when he was like, oh, I meant to call myself stupid, not her. I'm like, you did not mean to call yourself stupid. So anyways, like, I was like, you guys didn't see that? Like, even before I knew the fact that they, met each other on a cam website, like, the way he was talking to her was inappropriate. I don't care how much money somebody's paying. You don't owe them sex, and you don't owe them allegiance or fealty. You don't owe it to them. So, okay. Then we get to Nelsie. Nelsie and John, the ghetto leprechaun, they come on stage, and Mike is upset because he knows that Ximena hates Nelsie, and Mike really doesn't want Ximena to be mad at him. So when Nelsie upsets Ximena and Ximena gets off the stage and walks away, Mike has an adult tantrum. Can somebody please get her back? Can somebody please get her back? Just get her back. Just get her back. So the crew is like rushing to try to get Ximena back. Ximena has changed her clothes and everything by the time she comes back. And Mike is like distraught. And John is like, yeah, Mike is going to get on his phone and talk to her later and like apologize. But don't apologize for me, bro, because I'm not apologizing for anything I said. And at this point, like, I think his friends were out of line because they know that Mike knows that she is not in love with him. And so if Mike is continuing to give money, he's walking into it with his eyes open. So Mike also tells Nelsie to shut up, but then John doesn't stop him. And I was like, oh, no. Nobody is, no. If anybody tells me to shut up and my man doesn't be like, watch your mouth or say something, he doesn't Will Smith the situation, then like, we can't be together. So Nelsie's like, don't tell me to shut up. And he's like, well, then just go. And so she gets up and leaves. And I'm like, oh no, Mike would have got a stiff like elbow in the gut when we got home. Mike better not talk to me no more. Don't tell me to shut up. Not on national TV, bro. Nah, wouldn't happen to me. I just didn't like the way it was managing. Linda says, I too hated the cast took up for Mike. Do they not know what he has done? I guess they don't. They just all look foolish supporting him, especially when she says that she's not in love with him and he is aware of that. At that point, get out of it. So, oh yeah, Teresa, he did. When Nelsie gets up to leave, then he's like,
guess who had her coffee?
When you were talking to your dad about the coffee, everybody was like, Chris.
Oh,
Tell
really?
Chris I said hi. Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear me. Just that. Yeah, I am. Here, should I go on this side? Yeah, I am. My dad is usually up very early, like 6 a.m. for New York time, and he is so tired because we had this crazy event this weekend. So I feel so bad for him because he never went to work. He like at 8 a.m. I was like, Dad, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I told the office I'll get it at 9. And so at 8:45, I was like, haven't heard him come even down yet. I will make some coffee for him. But oh, there's 310 people in this room. So if you haven't yet, I just want to take a moment to be like, can you like this video? Can you give it a thumbs up? Because I'll tell you, I am Law's friend. So she got up super early to make sure that this was happening. I have a YouTube channel. I don't even know what I'm going to do mine. I'm saying that this one, honey, she's dependable. So if you haven't yet, please like this video. Please give it a thumbs up because she's the fucking best. And I made her like slightly adjust her whole life because I'm like, no, I'm gonna try and get on this bike right now and do like a little something because I ate everything. I drank everything this weekend. Everything is inside me, honey. It's inside me. Well, not everything. Anyway, hi. I love you guys. Oh, Vanessa's here. Lindsay's here. Oh, creative, QT. You haven't come to mine in a long time. I remember you. Oh, baby booze. Anyway, nice to see you all. Anyway, I'm gonna go live probably around 9 p.m. tonight. It'll be the nighttime version of this. So like this video, give it a thumbs up, and watch me as I try and like get on this Peloton. Go ahead.
Call me Mrs. Gray says, I adore you two. Hello from Germany. Guten Tag.
Oh.
Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Can I say it? Just Guten. Guten Tag or Guten Morgen. Okay, Renee is here too.
Oh, Renee!
Just because Mike is trash doesn't mean Ximena is an innocent victim. Oh, no. I'm not saying that she is an innocent victim. What I am saying is that they're both walking into this eyes wide open, and I can't fault her if she's been honest with him. And he's just been the fool who just wants to be in love with this woman so bad. Like, she's not the only option that he has out there. Creative Cutie says, I was in Morocco and then stuck on my layover for COVID for 2 weeks. Oh, that's where she's been. You got stuck in Morocco? What a great place to get stuck. I hope it didn't mess up your life. I was right. Guten Morgen and Guten Tag. Did I say Tag? I don't remember what I said.
I love that you keep asking me.
Well, because English is a German-derived language. So, like, I was just like, what? Maybe you knew a little.
No, I'm like the opposite of the romantic people.
Okay. Okay. So, anyways, I just didn't like the way the cast was coming at her. Like, she was completely wrong in this situation. Like, this man wants to throw money at her. And, like, listen, if some Luxembourg gentleman wanted to throw money at my poor ass, I would take it. If some, like, Shah of Yemen or Shah of, like, you know, whatever, wanted to throw money at me, or some sultan wanted to throw money at me, do they even have sultans? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I would have taken it. And I would take it. And I would take it. Let's do it again. Just do that other one. Sorry, just done with it. Okay. So I just don't get what the vitriol towards her was. Okay, now let's move on to after the show when everybody says thank you for being there. Oh, and Hamza. So Hamza had a little bit of like something, you know, he was just talking and saying his opinion about how he doesn't think Ximena is right for Mike. He gave his little opinions here and there, and I really love that. Could you guys imagine how all of the translations were happening? They needed somebody to be able to translate from Arabic to English or Arabic to Spanish. How was Hamza going to talk to Ximena? Like, there's a lot of translations happening, a lot going on, you know? And so they really did it, and they edited well together so that there was no pauses or long gaps or anything. And let's look at Sean Robinson. Didn't she look great? Didn't she look great? John is like 53 years old. So she's the same age as Ben, which is why it's disrespectful for me to call Ben old. But this is where we're at. Okay. So then Ben says, the male cast members this season have been really weak, just going along with a stronger personality. Now, is Gino weak? Yes. Is Mike weak? Yes. Is Ben weak? Yes. Is Hamza weak? No. You know, I just think if Hamza spoke the same language as Memphis, he would have put her in a place several times over and over again. And I just was like, just the unsolicited sexist advice that this man was spewing out. And Kim was not having it. And Kim made me upset with the way she treated Ximena and Ella, but also I was on her side when she was coming at Ben, because Ben is ridiculous. Ben is ridiculous. Girlina says, I wonder how many equally aesthetic challenged, socially awkward women Mike rejected just because, just because he believes he deserves a baddie. Come on with it. Come on with that truth. Let's read this, you guys. Let's read it. Because that is exactly what I think happened. And Ximena's not that hot, but Did you see Ben's face when someone asked him if his 22-year-old daughter had a 53-year-old man chasing her? Oh no, you know what it was? It was asked him, would you want some woman to treat your sons the way you're treating Mike? And she was like, no, I wouldn't want that. And I was like, so you admit you're treating him badly? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody agrees. Lindsay gives a virtual hug. Pamela says true. Midwife Crystal says good point. You mean female incels? Do we have female incels? What do they look like? What do female incels look like? Are they just women who hate men and think that men are like, I mean, maybe I am a female incel because I do think I kind of hate men. Like not like person to person. But there's a part of me that when I have to get back on the dating scene, I'm just like, no thanks. I don't want to deal with it. It's a lot. Ella is a female incel. Is she? I don't know. She wouldn't want her sons buying love. Now that's a word. That's the truth. That goes for Jorge, Gino, well, almost all men. Femcells is actual thing, apparently. I have to look that up because I think I might be. I think I'm just really disappointed. And it's only specifically because of my experience in the dating world. I like low-key hate men. I don't hate them. I'm like disappointed at them at every turn. I felt like I was promised a certain thing if I behaved in a certain manner, and I didn't get that thing. So now I'm just like bitter and angry about it, but also fabulous at the same time. Creative Cutie says, I'm just throwing that out there. Do I even know what the word means? LOL. Dating is ghetto. It really is. Miriam, you caught me, but at the very end, my darling. The very end, but it's nice to see you. Ella gets men clearly. Oh yeah, she does. Ella is out in the world doing her thug thizzle. Okay, she got men's and them flying in to hang out with her on her birthday. She got men's and them flying in to hang out with her on their birthday. I can't get a nigga to text me back. So, but my therapist told me that I should be talking to several men at one time, and I have taken her advice. So I am. All right, you guys, that is the end of this. We're approaching our 50th minute mark, and I gotta go. We're at 54 minutes.
I wish you could listen to what I'm listening to.
Just in case you were wondering what that sound was.
Wait. Tell me. Okay. I don't want to mess up your body station.
You guys are absolutely welcome. What is this? Soka Addict. Soka, hey! Well, no guarantee you want the men Ella entertains or anything like them. Okay.
True.
Thanks so much, Wah. Love hearing your commentary and your Gino impressions. Thanks for joining us, Renee. Jasmine loves me. We're gonna start the K1 visa practice. Love you too, Amsterdam. We're gonna go to Knott's Berry Farm today, so if you want to see our shenanigans, please feel free to follow us on our social medias. You can follow me on Instagram at Just Call Me Wah. You can follow Chris on all these things here. And yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for being here and supporting me. And for those of you who got it late, you could just put a comment down below, replay, gang, 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 move it forward 5 minutes. For those of you who are leaving the room right now, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on the way out. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Have a fantastic week. It's Monday. Let's get through it together. Remember to be you, be true. Bye. Thanks, Jessie Lee. All right. Bye.